So, you failed me again, Kemsit.
There was nothing I could do, General. Kamos is dead.
And you're about to join him. Can you at least deliver me the army you promised? The passage to the underworld will soon be open, and you know what manner of creatures lurk within.
They are traveling along the coast now. They will be here soon.
I'm going to ride out and motivate them to travel faster.
What should I do?
Keep the men digging. If they reach the underworld, pray to Poseidon that you can hold off whatever comes out until I return.
The scouts have sighted Amanra and Chiron. They have the pieces of Osiris with them.
What of Arkantos?
No word, sir.
It is getting late. We must start and hope that Arkantos arrives in time. Send the signal. That's the signal.
That's what we were waiting for. We must bring the pieces of Osiris together near the pyramid. Only then can he be reborn.
Grig?
Image erect.
Grig. UI air. Grig. EU refer.
Okay, sorry about that, guys. My neighbor had his motorcycle going, and I didn't want that loud noise in the background, so. Hope you guys' what is it, Friday's going good? I would have posted a video yesterday, but I decided to take a day for myself, so. And this is the final episode for the Egyptians, so this will probably be the longest episode. And I looked through the campaign too. The Egyptians actually have the longest campaign, but only by like one episode apiece. So they don't have too long of a campaign.
In wedge here affair.
Because I know these boys are gonna come try to attack us.
In a jerek.
Wait, boys back here. I don't remember. Can we? No. I don't think we can. I think it's all guarded here. Yeah. But this is the campaign that I was talking about a long time ago, where you have Chiron, or you have, yeah, Chiron, Amanra, and then Ajax and Arkantos to be up here, and you gotta lead all the pieces there, so. It can be somewhat kind of tricky. How's my villager? Oh, sounds like my neighbor's coming back. Sorry, I got one neighbor's got his motorcycle going. I got one other neighbor's doing construction on his house. It's like, So, basically build a defense for each side.
Grig.
Their attacks are kind of rare, so, but in a sense, he's, you know, still want to have some sort of defense.
EU refer.
So try to make your defense like even as possible. You don't want one side being too heavy and the other side not, because the Egyptians don't have things like the underworld passage like you get from Apollo. So be kind of hesitant on that. I think once you reach the mythical age is where Arkantos comes in, and then you have, I don't remember if you have a certain amount of time before Gargarensis shows up with his army, but what we're going to do is first is we're going to get all our technology up first, then we're going to build up a big size army, and then we're going to, let's save that kind of catapult, because you won't get those until probably into the mythical age anyways. What we'll do is we'll build up a big army, we'll smash everything out of the way first, and then we'll advance to the mythical age. Like I said, this episode's going to be a little longer than probably the most for that reason, so that I can already be prepared. So we're going to build a couple of these bad boys. I think each one can hold about 5 soldiers. So that's 20 soldiers right there, and then each one has a little wall defense with little checkpoints with towers, and sometimes they have soldiers or anti-bites guarding them too, so be wary of that.
You refer.
I know some over here they have a little lake. It's being guarded by the enemy. There's a bunch of fishing boats. If you can manage to take that out, they'll actually turn over to your side and help you out. Okay, so we have the marketplace built, so we don't have to worry about that.
UI air.
So that's that. So we have Neph. So she was for what? Mythical units, I think. Oh no, she was for our priests. So, okay. Yeah, our boys are already trying to get in here. Not gonna happen. Yes, they can hold at 5.
Get it.
So we're gonna build one of these. Just for that extra defense.
In which you are here.
Monra, you idiot. Alright, help out a Monra. Dummies. Keep an eye on your soldiers too, because they will tend to wander off. Upgraded. Ellis should be pretty close to being upgraded, so we don't have to worry about it too much. So we have 1, 2 there, so we should be perfectly fine.
In which
Depending if we want to use camels or not. You know what? Let's rock out with some slingers first. We'll do a combination of like slingers and camels on her side. Where we'll do a combination of something like spearmen and infantry on her on their side. Kind of mixed up a bit. I do want to get some priests out there too, just in case, because I know they'll have anti-bites and scorpion men. So you can use ancestors if you want, just to scout ahead. Choice optional. I usually try to save them till the end, so that I can have some extra backup. Or if they have any gates that need breaking down, I can just use those minions and just wear it down, so when my siege units get there, it's easy to break into. Alright, so let's load up on some slingers. Yeah.
you need to EU refer Ak Tayu
I don't know why he used Eclipse. It was completely useless. I think it was just using it to stall me out, so I didn't use any god powers.
you are here.
Which is perfectly fine by me, because I wasn't using it anyways. Actually, you know what? Let's use slingers and elephants. Because we're going to be packing some siege units anyways. Let's go about, I don't know what, 6 elephants should be more than enough. Ooh, apologize. Because we got these bad boys here. And we need at least 20 soldiers. So let's... I know they're not going to use elephants. So let's get some axemen in there. That. Everything else should be good.
And you.
And, I mean, really the only thing left to do is just scout ahead. Build some of these, get our favor up.
Get it,
Tayu. We have enough defense, I don't have to worry about too much. I'm really gonna clean my desk off.
Irrefer. You Ak.
Yeah, bugs.
Ak.
Had a bumblebee fly in my room. I don't know how the hell it got in here. I think because I left the window open.
Irrefer. You
So that was an interesting day.
Gering.
Alright, so you have more than
Into you. Skip something. Yo.
Because Chiron gets the Norris, which is
Antio. Erifir.
Actually, no, I'll put you over there because. Oh, we're under raw too.
Tayo.
Ooh. Interesting. Alright, I can dig that. Just gets my units out faster, nice. And they have little lakes right here, which I'm pretty sure can actually connect to, maybe. If it does, you might have to chop these trees down. But they're usually pretty nice about that, Bell, to allow you to connect your units together. Even if it is by transport ship, so. Is that thing taken out yet? Choice optional if you want to build obelisks
In which?
to your priests. The enemy will most likely just take them down anyways.
You
I mean, really up to you.
En wedge. UER. EU refer.
No. Get in there. Thank you.
Into you.
Keep your camel pieces back. You don't want to bother losing them.
Into you.
Because then it just makes it a pain in the ass. Instead of them actually just usually taking it up to their base, they'll just wander off somewhere else in the desert. Which can make it really annoying. Yeah, I knew that was coming. Come on. Come back here, you dummy. Stop attacking my goddamn siege unit, you. Up, you're dead. No, maybe not. This is gonna be a close call. Oh, god damn it. Whatever. Okay, let's see here. How are we boys doing over here? See how this house is built?
Rig.
Image erect.
Over here. We're gonna take this town center for us.
You
So
refer.
we're not. How are we looking over here? Yeah, that's what I figured. So those take about 4 there, and then we need 5 more. Ooh, damn. And the outposts do intertwine with each other too, so it's like literally one giant outpost before you actually reach the objective.
You need to.
What?
EU refer.
Oh,
Up.
I was gonna say.
Into you. Into you.
Alright.
EU refer.
Take you up there, we'll take you up here. Now, like I said, we're not gonna advance until the mythical age until we get at least decent army up. And I'm pretty sure, not 100%, pretty sure you either attack them first, then they activate it, or you have to advance to the mythical age. I'm putting more on the mythical age than anything else, because that's usually how
EU refer.
games tend to work. You'll have your starter levels, and then the actual main objective won't start until you actually reach the actual like end.
En wedge.
Prostigma.
Come here, Chiron. Take you boys.
Proseshe.
I have more than enough defense. I want to
Ne.
make sure we don't lose this siege unit here.
In wedge.
Let's get you guys in the town center for now. Alright, cool.
In which.
Probably won't add it'll be decent on our population, I guess.
Tilbuin. You win.
Scout up ahead real quick.
You win.
I can't remember if there's
Something?
any barracks or temples.
You win. Samtidigt. Já. Til
There's a
orðstigslag.
good enough.
Já.
Get rid of that. Make sure everything's upgraded.
En wedge.
No,
Gary.
you. No. One more. Yo!
Etimus.
How about your goddamn siege unit, dummies?
Izvoli.
Já, já. Sækir fram.
I knew that was gonna happen. Oh, well, this is cute. You think one siege tower is gonna come over and beat me? You nuts.
Garrick.
And then we'll slowly make our way through here.
Proseshe.
You know, since that tower's
Process,
going anyways.
Izvoli.
No, attack the priest.
Izvoli.
Kill the priest off. There you go.
Izvoli.
Now attack that. I'm pretty sure that gate is with... Aha, we want to get rid of that too. Yeah, you just focus right on Chiron. Thank you very much.
Izvoli.
Alright. Get this stupid thing out of the way so we don't have to worry about them sending any mythical units. And then we'll slowly start moving our army up.
Correct. You refer.
You know what? Since we're at 150, we can carry a couple priests. How many do you guys take? 2? Yeah. We get a couple priests out. Just because if our units take any damage from like Scorpion Men or something like that, I want to have least ability to come in with some fresh units. A little slow on taking that temple, but it's a-okay. The one thing you'll notice when we start playing the Norse campaign is that the Norse are very heavily reliant on siege and cavalry. So it'll be interesting. Well, I take that back. Siege, cavalry, and mythical units, especially mythical units.
Proszę. Izvoli.
You know what? Actually, we're gonna get those elephants tomorrow.
Proszę.
We're gonna hold you boys off over here for now. 2 elephants
Into you.
should be more than enough to take the
Ear
gate.
at you.
Maybe.
In wedge. Ear at you.
How those boys break those gates, we'll have our siege units from amanra side roll over, and then we'll just slowly just make our way through. I kind of want to use ancestors just to scout out ahead here, because I'm pretty sure they do have a small little force, but I don't remember. And I really want to kind of save them, because I know that place is heavily guarded. I know they have like a couple strongholds, and I think I want to say a town center too. So we can at least save ancestors until we reach the end. I'll be a little better. I know. I'm pretty sure one of the other ones is Thoth and Osiris is the last one.
In wedge. UER.
Alright, so now what we're gonna do, since you boys
In wedge.
are ready to go, they may be on a little slow side, but that's okay. Pretty heavily I don't know, I was gonna say they're pretty heavily defensive, but that doesn't matter in this case, because if they take out one siege tower, it just drops five soldiers out of it, so that'll help out a little defense, and I can just drop them out of my siege towers anytime I want to, so they can fight off infantry and a siege unit. So and if you don't know what a siege unit, siege tower is, best example I can say is watch Lord of the Rings, because they have in was it the Return of the King, where the orcs attack them with siege towers on Minas Tirith. So, kind of the best example for anyone who doesn't know what a siege tower is, or what the whole purpose was. Is basically just that alone, just to be siege units, but each one has like certain, like maybe 3, maybe 5 floors, and they were usually used based to climb over walls, because they would use ladders, which is fine, but ladders can easily be taken down. Okay, yeah, so that's pretty much a bunch of goats, and you have like maybe a hyena over here, but they would have, I don't know, let me see here if you can actually, well, I'm not able to really tell, but usually either on the back or the front is a little, let me zoom in here, yeah, little platform that would drop down on top of the walls, and it made it easier because there's, what the hell's going on here? There's stairs or ladders or whatever they might place in there inside the tower, so they can climb up to each of the floors, so they can easily just deploy the troops in there without having to worry about them being picked off by archers. But they started to counteract that with catapults by just smashing them So, what the hell is going on? We don't have anything. Apparently someone's starting to catch on what I'm doing. But by the time they figure it out, it'll be too late. So it's a pretty advanced thing. I mean, you know, you see these giant wooden towers, you know, rolling towards your kingdom, and what the hell are you going to do? You know, if you were lucky enough you had cannons back then, or, you know, some type of flaming arrow, you would have at least somewhat of a decent chance. You know. But I apologize if you hear any background noise. It's just my neighbor working on his house. And some of the most effective ones, as you guys have probably heard of, is battling rams, and not like the type of battling rams you see in like SWAT TV shows or movies. I mean, these were literally mobile units that were like small little houses with wheels, and usually you either had a custom ram, which you literally had that would either be like a stone or a metalhead ram attached to a log, or they would actually literally carry a log, take it up to the front of the gate of a castle, and just slowly start breaking it down. So you didn't have to worry about risking your units being shot by archers or from above the castle or their little murder pits. But they started counteracting that with, I don't remember who it was. I want to say it was the English. I could be wrong. It might have been the English or the French. They started counteracting that with boiling oil. So where the top of the walls of the castles would be, there'd be have little murder pits where they could shoot down with arrows. Well, they started using boiling oil to drop that down in there, and then just take out anyone who's in like battling rams like that, try to slow them down. And since most battling rams were made out of wood, you know, they weren't exactly perfect either, so they could easily be, you know, set on fire and stuff like that. So. And that's what we're going to start using this. And unleash our soldiers too. Surprise! We might not be able to wipe them out, but at least it put a small dent in them, so. Yeah, I see they're slowly taking out our siege towers. Come on, siege tower. Oh, that's a town center too. Yeah, we definitely get that taken out. Come on, good buddy, you got this. Live long enough, we might be able to get these towers all the way too. They're slowly winning. Yeah, alright. Oh, now what the hell's going on over?
Prostigma. Volume.
Let's move our boys in.
En wedge. UER.
So we'll keep those boys safe there. We're not going to advance to the mythical age, so it hasn't activated yet, so which that means that it does activate through the mythical age. So that's always nice to know. We'll load up on that. Let's load up on some anubites. And move the boys right in there. Let's take this city, folks. Healing, eh? And I don't have to worry about their priests using anything against me because I don't have any mythical units on me right now, so. And we have Chiron, so he can at least help out decently against the Scorpion Men, so. They'll have the little skirmish out here, which is perfectly fine. fine for right now. So we'll wait until those boys get out.
And we UIR.
This should be more than enough soldiers right now to take those guys out. Hopefully.
Gary,
Just take that goddamn tower out. Attack the goddamn scorpion. What the hell are you attacking the tower for, dummy? Come on now. Use your brains there, good buddy. Thank you. Scorpion men are pretty reliant too. I mean, they're pretty good at the defenses and attack, and they have the ability to poison other units, so they can be kind of somewhat annoying to take on. We might just be giving this fight to the enemy, actually. Those scorpion men are really goddamn annoying. But that's A-okay, because we got anti-bites and priests.
UIR.
Yep. We don't have fully upgraded war elephants, so. But hey. It's okay. So we'll load up in Cameron.
Arkantos has arrived with the last Osiris piece.
Okay, I guess not. Crap. Which means Gargarensis should be here soon. Damn it.
Prostagma.
Maybe.
Volume.
No. Since you boys are the only two last survivors, I want to make sure we get... Okay.
Push forward! We must make it to the pyramid!
Hold your horses there, Arkantos. Stand, brother. Let me get at least some sort of defense established over there before we even try to take this goddamn thing.
N-wedge. Into you.
Never be in a big rush. Never ends well.
N-wedge. UER.
And I'm pretty sure you can just take some units and he just cuts right through here, so... These cards are really slow, so... I'm not going to bother moving them anytime soon.
N-wedge.
Alright, let's make sure we get at least defense up here. Get our boys healed up real quick. Ooh, I'm getting hungry. I should always eat before recording, I never bother doing that. Alright. Get like a handful of soldiers. I'm nothing too worried about because we're just going to scout over here. I don't remember if there's a mountain over here or not.
Into you.
Alright, we'll wait until our boys get over there real quick. And then we'll march in here and just wipe out everything else. That should be all of them. They may have little skirmishes, soldiers like this. The thing with the underground passage, it will continuously spawn mythical units. So you have to, you know, it will continue to spawn them until you get all those Osiris pieces over there. Ooh, we want to get that out of the way. That's going to be kind of annoying. You know what? Since we already have a good established area, and we don't want to have to bother worrying having about doing that. This is one thing I would recommend doing once you get enough strong enough hold on this area. Just build a bunch of barracks and siege. A siege workshop there, because it saves you the trouble of having to send units all the way from your area. What the hell did I just hear? Oh. I was like, I thought I just heard something.
Into you. Into you. Into you.
Attack that goddamn thing. And just let your boys just run around and attack what they need to attack.
Enito. UIR.
Into you. Into you.
I mean, hell, you can beat this entire game with just priests.
N-wedge.
Oh, I take that back. Technically, you can't because the Greeks and the Norse don't have priests, but I mean, you can beat the entire Egyptian campaign with nothing but priests. If you really want a challenge. Awesome. Who's got that built? What are you trying to send them? Oh, you say ancestors. Go right ahead. I got priests. I don't care. Alright, so while they're fighting that out, take our boys over here. Don't worry about the heroes. You don't have to worry about them getting there. Just get the Osiris pieces there. Just make sure when you start actually bringing the Osiris pieces there, you actually do guard them, because the campaign can be a little sneaky about that. About, oh, you have the Osiris pieces by themselves. We're going to send some random units that we just randomly spawn it in, and we're going to take them. And the game will do that too, so be careful.
Into you.
Into
you.
Might be able to take that. You guys are just camelmen, but...
In wedge.
Help your boys out over there. We're gonna start moving our pieces over there now. We should have a decent okay, maybe not. Wow, you guys wiped them out real quick.
A hero has fallen.
Alright, so that's the game we're playing, eh? Gonna start using some chariots. Alright. Well, that's the game you guys want to play. Well, fair enough. I thought we had a decent stronghold on that area, but apparently not. Game's just like, psych! Not happening.
And which are you refer?
Alright, cool.
In a
boys.
At you.
What is this? Find a small trick of gold. Alright.
Irifer. You air.
But yeah, I've never actually beaten the entire Egyptian campaign with priests alone, but I do know it's possible. It'd take you a very long time, but maybe not. I mean, there's some areas that you might have a little more difficulty with, but nothing that I don't say to be too difficult to actually beat. Because they already have the advantage over mythical units anyways, so you don't have to worry about that. It's more stuff. Hello.
Into you. Into you.
You can use your stupid little ability somewhere else. That's not happening.
In a jerek.
Some areas you may have a little more difficult with.
At you.
But I mean, I think overall you should be able to do it. So. Alright. So take
you error. En wedge. Into you.
So
Gary, into
left.
you.
From this area, we'll move them over there. We'll try to retake that area.
Into you.
Into you. We have some spearmen and stuff like that, so we shouldn't worry about too much.
In a jerek.
Amanra and you boys. I don't know if you're gonna be able to take that or not. I'm pretty sure camel carts can't go on transport ships, so I wouldn't bother trying doing that. I was hoping that might be able to, I think this entire lake just spans that entire way, so no matter what, Arkantos and the boys are gonna have to make their way through. They have more of an easier side. I think they should deal with a few towers and some infantry. Nothing like too heavily guarded like amanra and chiron are.
You er.
We'll help the boys out over here as best as possible.
You er. Tai you. You er.
There should be a lighthouse around here too.
You er. Ak. Tai you. Ak. Tai you.
Yeah, I think you take that out and they were like, oh, you saved us, thank you.
Garrick.
Alright.
Into you.
Let's try this again. You always think you have a nice, reasonable size for army, and it's just like, nope. The AI always seems to pull something out of their sleeve. This time we have spearmen, so we have somewhat of an advantage. Alright boys, let's try this again.
Thank you for freeing us. We will gather food for you.
Well, thank you very much, good sir.
In wedge.
I swear there was a
A
lighthouse.
hero has fallen.
Ah, no chiros.
Irifer. At
Oh,
you.
but there is a barracks, so we'll take that too.
Into you.
There's that guy.
And wedge. At you.
I don't care about the goddamn siege tower. Get that stupid thing out of the way. Really now. Just use that in just in case they try to use any god powers on us. Just in case.
Into you. And wedge. UER.
Awesome.
In wedge. Irifer. You er. Tai you. Ak. Ak. You er. Ak. You er. Tai you.
Should be pretty clear after that.
Irifer.
The only other thing I can say is right down in this area you may have to fight your way through. Where the hell's our...
Rostogma?
I'm gonna get you boys out here.
Esto.
I would still keep an eye on it just in case. Like I said, the AI always tends to pull something out of their sleeve. Should be pretty good to go by bringing these things up here. I say that and watch, they'll end up getting taken.
Into you. UER.
Alright,
In a
you guys
jet.
over here. Let's scout this area out. So we got a gate.
Tai you. At
Alright.
you.
Well, let's just take this gate then, shall we?
And wedge. EU refer. Garrick.
Oh, we ain't done yet, boys.
EU refer.
We still have a lot to wipe out. Where the hell you guys?
EU
Where the
refer.
hell are you guys going? I said up here, not down there, dummies. Apparently you don't know the difference between north and south. of
EU
this. Damn.
refer. Garrick.
You boys, over here.
UER.
And just start wiping these goddamn things out.
Gerek. EU refer.
How's that gate coming along there? Alright, cool. There's our Osiris piece. Oh wow, that's like a lot quicker than I thought. Damn. Awesome. Cool. Alright. We're making it there. You guys doing over here? Oh, what the hell are you guys doing? Oh. Since you guys are already there anyways, I don't know what the hell we taking this thing for.
Get it.
No,
Yeah.
let's meet our boys here, I guess. What the hell is our Osiris piece out there? What?
Léger.
Where the hell is our Osiris piece?
Rig.
You dummies do something with it.
EU refer.
I was say, keep an eye on your pieces.
Into you.
Which means our Osiris piece got taken somewhere.
Into you.
God damn it. Alright, who jacked our Osiris piece? Why is this stupid? Over here.
Into you. EU refer. And
This is my coffee break, boys. Come on
EU
now.
refer.
In wedge.
You need to.
Here,
You
look
are
at that.
air.
In wedge. Arc.
You can go over there.
And
There's
wedge.
some wood down there now. Awesome.
Into you. UER.
Prostegma. Malista.
And here we go. This is exactly what I'm talking about. They'll start singing.
Gerek.
They'll start spawning mythical units. And usually chimeras, which is the one of the most bulkiest units you can go against, which is really goddamn annoying. You wanna, I don't know, attack the goddamn unit. That's why loading up on priest is actually pretty nice.
Into you. EU refer. EU refer.
And as you can see, we're still in the heroic age too, so we don't have to fight Gargoyles as an army.
Our piece is in position.
Don't worry, good buddies. I got the rest of the pieces right next to me. And I haven't gotten to the mythical age yet. Hello? Get your dumb ass up there. Thank you. Where the hell is the rest of the units? You little...
Into you. UER.
Who the hell is taking our
Into
goddamn
you.
units? No. You're not pulling this little fucking...
Into you. EU refer.
I apologize if I just dropped the F word there.
An Osiris piece has been stolen.
Yeah.
Into you. Ear at you. Into you.
How?
Ear at
And from where? That's what I always say, watch your units. Somehow this stupid ass thing got taken. Don't know
Into
how,
you.
but it did.
UER.
I am in position.
Gerek. UER.
Always something, I swear.
Into you. EU refer.
Let's try this again, shall we?
UER.
This time, stay with the goddamn unit.
Into you. Into you. UER.
And I apologize if there's any laggy cinematics, because Osiris does use meteorites. Spoiler alert. So, the cinematic may be a little laggy. I'm just giving you guys fair warning.
I am in position.
And we beat the game, beat the entire Egyptian campaign, and beat this level without going to the Mythical Age. So, and didn't have to worry about Gargarensis' army.
All the pieces are here. Why does nothing happen?
It takes time.
We'll make it take less time.
I'm glad you've all gathered here. You're just in time. And I'm glad you brought the pieces of Osiris with you. Do you see now? Nothing happens. Your god is dead. What? No! I have come upon the earth, and with my 2 feet taken possession.
Gargarensis still breathes. Come on.
We're too late.
There is another gate to the north. That's where they're headed.
Aye. My home.
Find us a ship, Amanra.
And that's the entire Egyptian campaign. So they consist of like 9 episodes altogether. So, but Monday we'll be starting the Norse campaign. But like I said, if there's any days I don't put any episodes out, it's usually because I'm busy with other real life events. But either way, hope you guys are staying safe. Hope you guys are staying healthy. And we'll catch you guys in the next episode when we start the Norse. Thanks, guys.